When we returned home from Japan, there was a stench coming from the area where I store some of these things. And I finally figured out that it's the potatoes that smell really bad. So whether I want to or not, I'm canning potatoes today. I'm going through the 50-pound bag and finding all the nasty ones. And the good ones are going in the sink. Nasty ones are going in the bucket for the chickens. And I'm going to sort through, I'm going to clean them, and we're going to prep them to make canned potatoes. So first we're going to put some water in this bowl because we're going to soak the potatoes to get rid of some of the starch that's in them. So we want a bowl of water sitting off to the side, so as we peel and cut, we can put them directly into the water in the bowl, and that way then they're handled right away. I've also rinsed off most of these potatoes already, but we're going to rinse. I've got my bucket over here for the scraps. I'm going to peel these potatoes. I'm going to chop them into small pieces, and then I'm going to put them in the water to soak, so that way then the starch can come off and I'm not canning the starch. So once you get it peeled, you're going to cut them into, I like about 3/4 inch chunks. Some people like them bigger. I like them a little bit smaller. So cut them to the size that fits what you like, what you prefer. They all cook during the canning process. This will be a raw pack method once again. I'm not par cooking these before. So chop, put them in your bowl to soak. So I'm not done peeling potatoes by any means, but we need to rinse these very carefully. And then I'm going to add more cold water back into here. And we're just going to cycle it through and rinse to get the starch off. So now I'm going to pack my jars. I'm going to take the rinsed potatoes and pack them into the jars. I have 7 clean quart jars sitting here. This is a cold pack. So you want to make sure they're packed in fairly tight. What I do is I just kind of rotate the glass. Now we are going to add water and salt to this yet. So these are not done. So this will be a cold water bath can in the pressure canner. And I'm going to put 3 quarts of cold water into my canner, prepping it. 2, 3. Now I'm going to take white distilled vinegar. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons, give or take. Measure with your heart, it's okay. So now we're going to add a teaspoon of kosher salt to each jar. I am using Redmond sea salt. And then we'll add cold water to the 1-inch headspace, which is this rim right here. And I just use tap water. I don't do anything fancy, but I am on well water and we have a softer system. So that makes a huge difference. If you're city water and you don't want to chance it, that's fine. So now we want to take some kind of knife and get all of the air bubbles out and get your jars loaded properly. Then you want to wipe your rims. Potatoes aren't too bad. They're not as messy as some foods. So wipe your rims, add your lids, and then put your rings on to fingertip tight and place into your canner. Now all 7 jars are in the pressure canner. You're going to put the lid on, and we're going to get it up to pressure and let it vent for 10 minutes. That means a full steam coming out of here for 10 minutes before we put the pressure valve on. And then we want to get it to 10 pounds of pressure. You need to check your sea level because you might need more pressure. So once you've had the steam vent for 10 minutes, you're going to want to put the lid on. I am going to dip this to steam burns. And then we're going to get it to a pressure of 10, where we're going to keep it at that pressure for 40 minutes. So once your pressure gets to 10 to 11 pounds of pressure, make sure you know what your elevation pressure is supposed to be. Then you want to put your timer on for 40 minutes. So once the pressures come down, you can remove the vent cover, and then after a little bit you can open the canner, and that way then you can let the steam out. I don't open it completely, just a little bit to let the steam come out gently, and then we'll pull the canning stuff out. So once it's cooled down enough, you want to remove the jars and put them in a space where they can cool down the rest of the way, and then you'll wash them later. So this is Kelly signing off from Yellowknife Homestead. Have a great evening.